Najib Abdul Razak's son, Mohd Nizar, has filed an affidavit affirming that the Pahang Sultan told him about the existence of a royal addendum for Najib to serve the remainder of his 6-year jail sentence as house arrest. The affidavit was filed 2 days ago, just before the Court of Appeals hearing today on Najib's appeal to be granted leave to commence judicial review on the alleged supplementary royal decree. A source close to the matter confirmed with Malaysia Kini that Nizar filed the affidavit as part of an application to adduce additional evidence. Najib is seeking to quash a lower court ruling that denied him leave to commence the judicial review to compel the authorities to enforce the alleged royal addendum allowing the house arrest. On July 3rd, the Kuala Lumpur High Court dismissed Najib's leave application to proceed with the judicial review. Judge Amarjit Singh ruled, among others, that all the affidavits claiming the existence of the royal addendum amounted to mere hearsay. The main royal order discounted Najib's initial jail term of 12 years and a 210 million ringgit fine to 6 years imprisonment and a 50 million ringgit fine. Bung Moktar Radin has responded to Parti Bersatu Sabah's call for him to step down as head of Sabah Umno. When asked for comment today, he outlined the difference between him and Hajiji Noor.
Rakyat minta supaya ketua menteri berhenti, bukan pengurusi parti. Kalau pengurusi Bersatu tu, pengurusi GRS, sampai mati pun dia pegang lah. Tapi ini jawatan ketua menteri, UMNO minta supaya dia berhenti, bukan ketua parti. Saya hanya ketua parti.
Yesterday, PBS Youth Chief Christopher Mandut told Sabah Umno to look in the mirror after its wings called on Hajiji to step down in the wake of corruption allegations. The PBS youth leader pointed out that Bung and his wife Zizi Izet Abdul Samad are also embroiled in a corruption case related to Felcra investments. Hajiji and his administration have landed in the spotlight after a whistleblower released several videos which he claimed contained discussions with different assembly persons regarding the alleged bribes he had given them to secure a mineral exploration license. Yesterday, the chief minister again dismissed the corruption allegations as attempts to destabilize the state government and tarnish its reputation. Parti Bersatu Sabah Youth Chief Christopher Mandut said Sabah Umno should evaluate its own position before demanding Chief Minister Hajiji Noor to step down over the alleged mineral project scandal. In a statement last night, he pointed out that Sabah Umno chairperson Bung Moktar Radin and his wife Zizi Izet Abdul Samad are also embroiled in a corruption case related to Felcra investments. He said if Sabah Umno is pressing for the chairperson of Gabungan Rakyat Sabah to resign, then their own chairperson should also step down to allow a transparent and unbiased investigation into his corruption allegations. He urged Sabah Umno to look in the mirror before making such demands. Mandut also pointed out that Hajiji had repeatedly assured that the corruption allegations had been referred to the MACC. He said the chief minister has pledged full cooperation with the MACC investigation and questioned if Sufyan doubts the MACC's credibility. He added that Hajiji's statement that he has nothing to hide reflected his sincerity and commitment to the truth. He said if it is true that the Sabah Umno chief also has nothing to hide, perhaps he too should step down to allow the MACC to investigate his corruption case without prejudice. Sabah Chief Minister Hajiji Noor has again dismissed the corruption allegations against several assembly persons in the state, saying they were attempts to destabilize the state government and tarnish its reputation. This comes after a whistleblower released full videos of assembly persons allegedly in discussions about bribes to facilitate an application for a mining exploration license. In a statement, Hajiji said the allegation that several elected representatives have asked for bribes or had wrongdoing in this issue is baseless. He added that the move to link the videos that have been maliciously edited and disseminated, including threats in the form of criminal intimidation, is a desperate attempt to tarnish the government's reputation and affect Sabah's political stability. Hajiji stressed that the Sabah government will not yield to what he describes as a bid to sow confusion and destabilize the government. He claimed that the expose was perpetrated by certain quarters following an unsuccessful bid to apply for a mineral prospecting license. He said it involved nearly 1 million acres, with large portions of the area being protected areas, water catchment areas, and conservation areas. He added that when the application is unsuccessful, several video clips have been disseminated in a bid to threaten the state government. Hajiji also assured that the state's mineral resources are protected and carefully managed to protect the people's future. He said no mining leases have been issued to date. He said the state government under his administration has never issued a mining lease license to any party, and had so far only issued prospecting licenses aimed at exploration and collection of geomineral data. To read the full story, head to malaysiakini.com. You can subscribe by scanning the QR code on the screen. Head to kinitv.com or to our YouTube channel to watch the full video. The Royal Commission of Inquiry on Batu Putih, Batuan Tengah, and Tubir Selatan has recommended a criminal investigation be launched against former Premier Dr. Mahathir Mohamad. In its report was declassified in Parliament today, the RCI accused Mahathir of deceiving the cabinet in 2018 into withdrawing Malaysia's review of the International Court of Justice decision to award sovereignty over Batu Putih to Singapore. The RCI said Mahathir had already made a unilateral decision to drop the review without the cabinet and had merely briefed cabinet members on why he had done so. It said that if the cabinet had been presented with the cause papers and written opinions of international negotiators, it might have had a different opinion about the review bid. Thus, the commission said it caused the government to suffer a wrongful loss. Hence, it recommended the probe under Section 415B of the Penal Code. It also recommended that the RCI secretary lodge a police report to initiate the probe. Mahathir, in previously denying wrongdoing, claimed that he decided to withdraw Malaysia's review application after extensive consultation. One of those he said he had consulted was international negotiator Brendan Plant. However, the RCI included testimony from Plant, who said that Malaysia had a plausible case to make before the ICJ. Siti Mastura Mohammed said she would study the full judgment before pursuing her next course of action after her loss in a defamation suit brought by 3 DAP leaders. She told Malaysia Kini that she would study the full judgment first before making any decisions. Yesterday, the Georgetown High Court ordered Siti Mastura to pay damages to Lim Kit Siang, DAP chairperson Lim Guan Eng, and Seputeh MP Teresa Kok after losing the defamation suit. This is over her claims linking the veteran leaders to the late Communist Party of Malaya Supremo, Chin Peng, during a 2023 event in Kemaman, Terengganu. She had been ordered a total of 750,000 ringgit in damages to the 3 DAP leaders. The DAP Leaders Council Sankara Nair said the plaintiffs successfully proved the statement made by the defendant is defamatory, and the defendant failed to prove her defense of justification, fair comment, and qualified privilege. He added that an injunction was also granted to refrain the defendant from repeating the statement. The judge also imposed a 5% annual interest if Siti Mastura failed to pay the amounts and ordered her to pay costs of 25,000 ringgit each to the 3. Fashion Valet co-founders Vivi Yusof and her husband Fadzaruddin Shah Anwar were charged with criminal breach of trust at the Kuala Lumpur Sessions Court today. They pleaded not guilty to the charge under Section 409 of the Penal Code, read together with Section 34 of the same Act, which is punishable with a jail term of between 2 and 20 years, caning, and a fine. The couple were accused of embezzling 8 million ringgit in investment funds from Khazanah Nasional and Permodalan Nasional by transferring the money to 30 Maple's account without the approval of Fashion Valet's board of directors. Vivi and Fadzaruddin were owners of 30 Maple at the time the transaction allegedly took place on August 21st, 2018. It was reported that Fashion Valet later bought 30 Maple from the couple in December 2018 for 95 million ringgit. Sessions Court Judge Razli Ahmad set bail at 100,000 ringgit each. The duo also had to surrender their passports and are required to do monthly check-ins with the MICC.